I'm Red Beard the Hippy here with two of the guys from Forged by Fire.
What's up?
Hanging out in the basement with all the music equipment that we are not showing you. Other than the drum and the back set. The back set.
Yeah.
Back set.
It's something.
Yeah.
This is weird. He's in front of the throne this time. Alright, so we'll just go ahead and let's see. What style of music do you guys do, just for people who haven't heard you guys yet?
We are a mix of hard rock and metal, actually.
Metalcore adjacent, whatever you'd want to call it.
In the rock and roll metal genre idea. Because I know you have clean vocals in there, and then you've got growls, and you've got a couple of the guys do some of the backup stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of a mixture, but it all flows together really well.
Yeah. We've all got so many varied influences that,
it's insane.
It all kind of melts together and comes out, and I don't really know how to
I think it's
categorize
between me being a bit younger and growing up listening to more like the 2000s metalcore stuff, and then I had my influences from back in the 80s, but and then these
We're
guys
just gonna skip over the whole 90s era.
I was around for the 90s for a little bit, but.
Well, I grew up listening to classic country, and for me, if it comes out of speakers, you're gonna hear me listening to it at some point. I don't care if it's classical, I don't care if it's jazz, country, rock. I don't give a shit. If it's good music, it's good music.
Well, and I think it also makes it where you can draw different influences from something that you hear, where you're like, "Ooh, this way that they structured this song is really cool."
100%. Yeah.
Because I know, like, with having a large music taste, you'll hear different things, or you'll be able to be like, "Oh yeah, that sounds like this band," or "It sounds like I recognize this part from this band," and you'll say it, and then there's been times where bands are like, "How did you know that?" But then, like, also, you guys have a couple videos out that I think I've done reviews for.
Yes.
Both of them, haven't I?
Actually, we've got 4 or 5.
Yeah.
I know I've done 2,
yeah.
Especially the last one you guys did with the
haunting the zombies,
the 70s horror theme.
That one was so much fun,
especially with your niece, who did all the
makeup. Yeah.
How did you guys come up with the idea for that video?
It kind of started
brainstorming. Man.
Yeah. I got the idea that I wanted to do something that was just kind of not really what the song was about, but it kind of went along with it at the same time. And I was always a huge fan of the old 80s,
like the B-rated, the B side, like the Evil Dead and
Rob Zombie type shit.
976 Evil, Swamp Thing.
Where they're so cheesy, but they're just classic.
Toxic Avenger. Shit.
That is the goofiest damn.
And I love it.
Those were great.
Originally, I was thinking, okay, we'll kind of make this a serious, video, like Walking Dead type shit. And I was like, dude, we're
fun,
not
though.
Fucking actors. I was like, we're goddamn musicians.
No.
I was like,
and guys that work regular jobs.
Yeah, it's like, we got to lean into the B horror movie genre. And that's what we did. My niece, she does horror makeup and shit like that. And
did she use fake blood on that one or real blood? Because I've noticed she's been doing some surgeries and shit. So,
well, I can't say for sure, but it tasted a little coppery.
You must have got a different batch.
She's gonna wash this.
Mine was like,
those sons of bitches. How did they know that I was in this?
How much sugar's in here? Yeah.
But I ended up getting a kind of a rough idea, kind of an outline of it. We didn't actually do a storyboard or anything like that. It was kind of all in my head, and these guys came up with ideas. It's like,
stick it in there. Yeah.
And we just kind of ran with it, and we shot on the property for it was a bow hunters club, And,
archery range.
Yeah. And
how many acres was it?
it's like 30-something acres. But
right outside of town.
you know,
here.
got a hold of them and asked them if we could use their property. They're like, okay, for what? I'm like, I had to explain it to them. They're like, well, what kind of music? I'm like, hard rock and metal. They're like, okay, fucking sweet. Yeah. And those guys were so great. They absolutely loved it. Watched us doing it, and
they're probably sitting there going, what the fuck is wrong with these people?
I don't know how people
like
for a living because I felt like such a jackass doing a lot of that shit. It's like, it was so fun at the end of the day because no one was taking it too serious. We get in there, have a good time, get as many shots as we could, and then afterwards going through it all, hours of all this footage and trying to pick the best scenes.
Oh yeah,
for
best takes.
Each part of the song.
I think that was the best thing we did is we took multiple takes each time we were doing it. That way we could get the right one. Because some people will just try to go with the one and edit it or whatever. That usually doesn't work out.
I think my favorite shot in the whole thing is where we beat the shit out of John.
That was fun.
I know I was making comments throughout the whole thing.
And then I come at him with the railroad spike. Dude, that was a good shot. I love that.
Well, it's just like, it also kind of fit with the B-horror film. Like, who the fuck uses a railroad spike?
Right. It was just there.
That's literally what it was. We were shooting on
there were hundreds of railroad spikes there.
And he just happened to look over. He's like, dude, what if I pick this up and just fucking stab him in the eyes? Like, do it. Come on, man.
We'll put the camera next to his head and get that shot. That's perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, because that was a fun video to review too. Especially, I like how throughout
so fun to make.
If I'm correct, that throughout the thing, different people had different zombie stuff going on when you were doing the live band stuff, where it's like, okay, one has it, or then three of you have it, or then there's which I thought was a cool added thing.
Yeah.
Because that definitely makes it have a different feel to it, where it's not like a progressive. Plus, it's low budget because all of us are broke as shit right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
We definitely went the poor man's route.
But it turned out really good.
Yeah. It was just, thank God for the Halloween stores.
Yeah.
And Justice doing the amazing makeup job.
And your niece. That's right. She was amazing.
Yeah. Which is still funny when you made the comment about her, and I was like, wait, my daughter and her were friends. Yeah. So, I've got her on Facebook. So, it's kind of funny when you start realizing the people that, the connections that you know. And
6 degrees.
Yeah. Because we were talking about that earlier.
Small
where we were
just world, dude.
Being around the scene for so long, and it's like, oh, yeah, I went to this show. Wait, I was at that show. Or, I was at this show. Well, I was there too. Or things like that. And it's just kind of funny how it all kind of collectively, and then I'd seen you guys popping up on Facebook all the time, and then ended up a couple years back seeing you guys for the first time.
Yeah.
And then I think I've seen you guys...
Where'd you see us first?
It was with
the
El Patron.
No, where you guys kept because the ongoing joke was I ended up going out to Gunsmoke seasons after that and ran into Hugo and them, and it was like, hey, if Circuit Breaker pops, it's because we're together. And there was one that actually popped, and we just kind of looked at each other and went, oh,
son of
fuck.
It's a curse. That building was cursed, man.
That first night that we met, that was the night that
you ended up fucking up your back.
Yeah, really.
And then 6 months, and because I started calling you the Beast after that, because herniated disc, and you still did the style of music that you did. It's like, all right, he's a fucking beast. There's no way around it.
Yeah, that was rough.
I was all right until I tried to stand up.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think 6 months later, I threw out my back too. So we had those ongoing jokes that we're going to form a. We can get Sam on guitar because he's had all kinds of issues with his.
Yeah.
We'll just be like, all right, wheel us up there. We'll see how we. The only
wheelchair band.
The only way to get into this band is you actually have to have documentation of either a back surgery, a scar from back surgery, or multiple medical reports.
Yeah.
We'll rock out the old folks' home.
Band. Yeah.
That'd go over well.
What would you name that? What would you name it?
Down with the slip discs. That's what I'm going with.
I love that.
I think that's fitting. Yeah.
And anybody can join at any point in time, and there's no set style of music or anything. Depending. Can you make the show? No, I can't. I got surgery tomorrow. I gotta.
Oh shit! Call the horn players. I guess we're Scott tonight.
What set list are we doing? We're just gonna make it up as we go.
Yeah. I'll call it out.
It'd be funny as hell.
Just follow along.
Be like, the Bad Batch could not make this show due to unforeseen circumstances. What happened?
Got their backs blown out.
Back
just sounds dirty when you say it.
Well, that part did. Depends on what bar we're playing at. See, I think every member would be having it. Well, Sam's got like 30 fucking kids. You've got a couple. I've got some. So just gotta find some other people. That'd be just a hilarious idea. Just show up and be like, "Hey, we're here. We're playing."
Well, that's when you round all the kids up. Hey, you guys are roadies tonight.
Want to get in free? All right. Can't guarantee anything other than that, but
yeah, it's 21 plus.
Buy you cheeseburger afterwards.
You have to wait outside.
actually, if you have them working for you that night, you can get your kids that are under 21 in, or if they're performing.
There you
Yeah.
go.
I had to learn that with some of the bands now that are actually have members under 21. Now I feel like the fucking old guy. Went from being the young guy in the group to like the middle guy doing all the stuff to being kind of that, starting to get into that old category. And now I have kids that are older than band members now.
Right.
Which is really cool seeing the progression of the stuff, especially when you see like high school kids that are starting up bands.
Yeah. I really hope that there is a group of kids somewhere out there right now that are jamming in a basement, in a garage, fucking shit, I don't care, that are going to come along and just turn everything
Change
on
it.
its ear. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Kiss did, like, Nirvana did, Motley Crue did.
It's getting harder to do that though.
It's about time that there's a new one.
Yeah.
Somewhere out there, there's some kids that are jamming right now.
It's like the
I
Super
gotta
Bowl.
believe that, man.
It's like at the Super Bowl they had Usher perform. It's like he's great, that's fine, but that's from decades ago. Where's the new guys coming up?
Okay, my personal thing is I want to see Pantera open the Super Bowl with
cool.
just Walk.
Yeah.
And then just get them off stage and let the rest of it,
Yeah.
You know how pumped everybody would be for that one? Even the players would be like, dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Ray!
Hang on! Stop your speech, coach!
Whoa! Hell yeah.
Coach is going, wait, what? No, I got this good speech. No, we got Pantera. We're going see like all the old guys running outside, like coaches are like, okay, guys, and we hang on.
Yes.
Hold that thought.
Yes.
I'll be right back. Did you just see? What'd you do? Where'd you go? I had to use the bathroom. Pantera was playing, and I had to go.
Pantera is an exception to that for sure. Hell yeah.
That would
They're
be
a little different though, because they just got back together.
well. It's
Finally.
It's a like they don't even say that they're. It's not Pantera. It's a tribute.
They're doing a
It
tribute.
is a tribute. Yeah.
Which is
Yeah.
probably the best fitting because it's Pantera, but it's not Pantera. But
Not without Dime.
it's
No
enough
way.
that you can go, okay, I saw them. I
Yes.
saw the name.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
saw the remaining members. But like also getting like Rita's blessing to do it was probably a huge thing because
Yeah.
that was
Hey, I don't think there could have been anybody else besides Zach Wild that could have stepped into that because A, they were best
He's
friends.
got it, man. Yeah.
And B, their mentality is the same.
well, and he also says that he's doing it as a tribute. He's not going to be able to play it like Dime because he's not.
Yeah.
But he's going to do the best he can, but also put his little touch on it. So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
always a cool thing.
That's the way you should. Like we were talking about doing covers of anything.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah, covers are a really tricky thing.
Yeah. we got this one coming out soon, Wicked Game, and I'm so excited for people to hear it because, yeah, we've definitely changed it to us.
And like
It's crazy.
And like the conversation we had, where if you're gonna do a cover, you have to make it your, because you're not Kiss or Leonard Skinner or any of these other bands.
Yeah, I mean, you could try to do it as close as possible to what the original was, but in the end, anybody that hears it, they're gonna be like, "That's terrible."
You didn't hit those notes, or you missed that drum fill, or
the energy's not there.
Yeah, you didn't do that squeal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you have the bass elements of it, that's all you need. I mean,
chords.
even when we first started messing around with it, I mean, my big thing was,
I don't want to hear it.
fucking play the original.
Nope.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to be influenced in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Cry Little Sister is a prime example of that one.
Yeah,
There's
when seasons after we did that.
Well, and I've heard.
Oh, there's been a couple. Yeah,
I've heard like 30 different versions of it, but it's all Cry Little Sister.
Mm-hmm.
Like Seasons After did their little bit in there to make it different, where they toned it up, I guess, or made it a little more heavier. But for the most part, it's still had that Cry Little Sister feel.
Yeah.
But like also if you introduce it like, hey, we're getting ready to do da-da-da song, but we made it our own, then you got people who are like,
oh,
you did what?
Yeah.
Which is because then it's like, for me, it's going to pique my interest way more. Like, okay, you're covering In Sync, but you made it your own. Okay, I want to see how.
Interesting.
I'm interested
It's interesting.
now.
Or like
out.
like there were some friends of mine that covered Poker Face by Lady Gaga, but when they made the announcement, they're like, "Hey, have you ever heard of a band Lady Gaga? Well, we're doing her song Poker Face, but we made we're doing it our way," and it's like, okay,
that's so much cooler.
Because then you don't have that expectation of it's going to sound like.
Is it going to live up to the original?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for some reason, bands always pick the most iconic songs.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
And then they just straight up cover it.
Yeah, well, they're iconic because everybody knows them.
Yeah.
And,
which is the problem, because everybody will tell you when you fucked up.
Oh, yeah. But
if you change it enough, though,
yeah,
then it's like,
if you take the time to rewrite the damn thing and make it your own.
Yeah.
I mean, you're still going to get those people that are,
I like the original better.
The original is way better.
That's
Okay,
fine.
That's great. But I like to hear, a band's
People's
take
ideas.
on an iconic song.
Like I saw one where it was Queen's "We Will Rock" or "We Will Rock You," and it was it had like Pink and a couple other female vocalists, and they just knocked it out of the park because they made it. Each part was their own. They did. Granted, that's not a song that you can really change the key element of.
It's all percussion.
There has to be, there's certain core elements in most songs you can't do without.
Yeah.
AC/DC's Hell's Bells, there's certain okay, we're just gonna take out the whole bell at the beginning. You go, what?
Right?
No, put that.
Better drop that
cowbell
thing down from the ceiling.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, certain things where it's definitely making it your own.
Yeah.
Let's see. What other kind of questions could we ask? We've covered cover bands, cover songs, influences, videos. When's the new video coming out? Because
we don't know yet. We have
an idea.
We have the idea for it.
An possible location.
But
we want to get the right location, though.
Yeah, and we're trying to find.
It's tough.
The time, the location, to actually get it done.
Mm-hmm.
But it'll probably be out after the song's out.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, it's not a bad thing. I personally like to drop them at the same time, but most bands don't do that. I'm just.
If anyone knows or owns a church, they wouldn't mind us
Yeah, or
burning some candles in it, or you know,
even a wide open like warehouse type.
Yeah,
room.
that'd work out too.
But, I got nothing. There's a bunch of abandoned buildings out around Kansas.
Yeah.
But at the same point in time,
That's
you're not
trespassing.
They're not going to have you burning a whole bunch of candles in some bitch either.
Well, I mean,
they might want it burned down.
It's not like I've ever gone.
Oh, that'd be cool.
They didn't have any signs that I could see. when I was nope. I see the driveway. I'm
never
going
done
there's a
that.
house. Yeah, no,
We've never done that.
That's illegal. Don't watch any of my abandoned building photos or videos.
Yeah.
He does not trespass on private property.
Actually, the way that I look at it, if I can't, like, I will drive the entire fence line if I don't see a do not trespass or a keep out sign.
It ain't posted.
But then also there's the thing of, I had one person stop me one time and they're like, what are you doing? I was like, I just, old abandoned building, like, I've seen this for years. I wanted to see what was in it. They're like, you're not from around here. Actually, my grandparents lived down at this.
Yeah.
They're like, wait, your grandparents are so... Okay.
Yeah.
You're
And
cool,
then they're like, well, just do what you need to do and please get out. Don't get hurt.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like,
That's what
I
people are always
already
worried
got,
about.
I got what I needed. I'm good. I appreciate it. Sorry for any inconvenience. And they're like, you didn't get hurt? No. It's an abandoned building. I'm going to watch where the hell I'm stepping at.
People just don't want to get sued. I get it.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Well, and that's unfortunately how everything is anymore. Like, everybody's sue happy or you're going to do this or you're going to get offended. Like, Red Bull doesn't give you wings, or Red Bull gives you wings. So I'm going to sue for $20 million and win.
Yeah.
Like, of course it doesn't give you wings, you moron. It keeps you awake a little bit.
Yeah.
How the hell is somebody go into court and make that argument and win? You know, it don't
crazy.
change your DNA to mix with a fucking bird.
That's false advertising.
It's a bull. I ain't never seen a bull with wings. I've seen bulls run really goddamn fast at me, but I ain't never seen one get wings. Unless it hurdles that fence, and that's a whole different story, because then you better run even faster.
Yeah, then I'm pretty sure I'm going to fly.
At least in a spiritual form and not a physical... Well, maybe in a physical form into the spiritual form.
It's going to be physical.
Yeah.
As I hit and my soul leaves my body. Oh, God, what else can we talk about? Should have been recording a lot of this shit earlier.
Yeah, no shit.
That's all right.
All right, I got a question for you.
Okay.
I know you've been to a lot of shows, same as us. What's the all-time best band you've ever saw live?
I just saw them.
Really? Pantera.
Pantera and Lamb of God is by far the best show that I've ever been to. But that's also one of those where it's 23 years of waiting. I got to hang out with my kid during it. But there's minus acts like that because they've been around for so long and they have, like, every expectation was met, especially Lamb of God. They just demolished it from the get-go.
I wanted to see one of those shows so bad, dude.
They're going to actually be in Omaha in, like, what is that, like August, September.
Yep. We're going up north a bit for a few more shows.
But I know for, like, just the underground stuff, there's been a lot of bands that have continually always impressed me. Where, like, there's a band Siphon out of Lincoln that every time they get on stage, they just have this energy. Doesn't matter who they play with. If there's 30 people in the bar or they're an opening band for Goat Whore and I Hate God. Like, they brought that same level of intensity, and it's always nice to see. You guys always bring a level of intensity as well.
Yeah.
And it's not like, oh, okay, like, you interact with the crowd. Like, that's always something that I like seeing where it's, like, I get you're going to turn your back because, like, you got to grab your water that's by the drum set or stuff. But, like, there's certain bands where...
Man, it's tougher than you'd think to do that,
though. I know. I was a vocalist for a long time. Like,
you know, just getting on stage by itself sometimes can be so stress-inducing.
Oh, yeah.
And then also, like, getting up there interacting.
Getting yourself to interact with,
Yeah.
The crowd, yeah.
Learning how to banter and just like, yeah.
And the
It's
best
been
part,
quite a process.
the best
to
part
learn all
about
that.
bantering is just random shit that goes on in your head to get crowd interaction.
Yes.
Like you can say shit or like, I know the last time I kept making comments that were old as shit because it'd been like 6 years since the last time we got on stage. So
Yeah.
like, it's like, damn, we're out of shape, and I'm over there huffing and puffing and
Yeah. I can't imagine how like stand-up comedians do stuff like that.
Yeah,
'Cause-
completely by themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just crowd working. They're not even doing a set.
I think
They
there's
just-
there's a difference between that. Like,
there's a big difference.
Matt
but-
Rife is one of those ones where he's very crowd orientated. So if
Yeah.
you get the crowd saying shit back,
Yeah.
it feeds your act. But like Robin Williams Robin Williams had just vibed the whole thing,
Yeah.
and they said it was always changing. Or like Carlin, who would have the whole thing written down and memorize it
Mhm.
and go from there.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's always a different level of being able to do certain things, which any of it is impressive.
Hey,
But-
but to be a comic, you have to be able to think so quick.
Mhm.
So quick. Because, you
Yeah, you need that ADHD mind, you know?
I mean, because you get those hecklers,
Uh-huh.
and you see a really good comic that just cuts them down.
Comes right
quicker than
back.
Shit.
Yeah.
It's
Robin
like,
Williams was notorious for that
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
Like somebody'd get up and he's like, "Oh, is that your boss? Are you fucking them?" Because he did like a show in Washington D.C. He's like, "That's not out of the realm of possible." Like just right
Right.
there on the spot. But yeah, there's
Lauren Boebert in the crowd over there. Jerking her date off in the crowd.
But yeah, some of those it's a skill, especially like he just sits behind the kid and he'll tune stuff every now and then, or well, he has to have his fan because he's sweating his ass off back there because they got 9 million fucking lights on that stage. Which only people that has ever been in a band will understand that it's like, okay, it's 100 outside. There's a whole different level of heat up there.
40 up on stage.
At least it's not the old school par lights anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. LEDs have helped a lot with that.
Well, I used to do that where like to get ready for like the summer stuff, I'd drive around with no AC in my car just so it's like you kind of have that.
Wear long
Cool-
sleeves
cool
all the
your
time.
core.
Yeah, well, it's like you get that. And I do it for about a week before the show. Well, granted, I had a window that was broken, but it was one of those like knowing that the stage is going to be hot, and then I get on stage and it's like the stage is still hotter than the car was driving around in the summertime with the windows up. Like it's there's no comparison.
And then you see.
I like the whole, getting back there and you get going and you just start pouring sweat. By the time you're done, you're soaked. And I'm of the opinion if I don't come off stage just drenched in sweat and fucking worn out, I did not do my job.
Yeah. Sweating your ass off, breathing heavily. And it's always funny. People are like, I want a hug. You realize I just got off stage. Like, I'm fucking gross right now.
Just gotta stand there, hey, bring it in.
They're like, ugh.
I pre-warned you, moron. Like, but we're not going to deny the hug. But yeah,
I can't imagine how Disturbed feels when they get off stage.
Oh, yeah.
You were
with all
showing
that
me their
fire.
new.
You seen
I don't know how they got
Disturbed's
away
new
with
stage
that either.
setup?
No, I don't think I have. I'll have to go check.
Flames everywhere.
It's like
insane.
It's like multiple rows. It's like a fire rainbow almost. And it's
Right behind the
It's
drummer.
kind of like what Rammstein does, too.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty close, but I mean, it was so bad. I forget where the show was, but it actually set off the indoor sprinkler system.
You're like, all right.
Perfect.
You feel all right? I feel
I'll
better
be
now.
I feel down with sickness.
Yeah.
But like Slipknot in the summertime wearing those jumpsuits,
Oh, yeah.
like that would just.
It's insane.
But that's
I
also
don't know
part
how
of.
you wear a mask too.
Well, yeah, I know the inside of my mask. It gets a little funky sometimes. Yeah, I couldn't imagine doing a whole 6-month, 7-month tour in the summer and spring
yeah.
and
Or
going
fall.
to put that mask on every night. It's like, whoo, damn.
Wipe this out.
That show in Hope, I wore a mask for that, and that was way different. It felt so weird.
The only reason why I wear a mask.
He's protesting COVID.
Absolutely. But no, yes. All of us were wearing a mask, when we first started, pre-COVID, and then COVID came along, and everyone's like, "Fuck a mask,"
Yeah.
But I like it because it's like my switch.
It gives you okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Okay, I'm in this character now.
Yeah. I've always had the
that.
opinion that every good performer has a split personality. You're one person off stage, but when you hit a stage, it's like
there's that switch where
yeah.
Like I've had numerous people tell me I'm a prime example of that.
Yeah.
Like because everybody now knows me as the guy behind the camera, and then when Diabolical called me on stage, and like the amount of jaws that hit the floor, where it's like, wait, you're laughing and goofy, and you get up there and you're like this angry,
badass,
fucking demonic guy who's just growls like either.
I saw that. I was like,
yeah.
Holy shit.
That was cool, man.
That's why Sam and the way that started was I went to a show in Wichita with them, and they're like, "You used to do vocals, right?" Yep. Why haven't you ever asked to be on stage? Because I feel that's rude. Like if you guys ask me to join you on stage, I'll oblige, but I'm not gonna be like, "Oh, you should let me on stage," because then that makes it sound like you have a level of arrogance, and this damn battery's about to die. So hang on 1 second.